Hi guys, this is 5 games that should have been better.
Number 1, Ride to Hell Retribution. This should have been an amazing game. It's about a biker gang going around shagging, shooting, punching people in the face, stealing money. It should have been amazing. It should have been Sons of Anarchy, the game, which probably exists and is probably terrible, but I haven't played it. And instead, it's the most poorly coded piece of crap you've ever seen with... I mean, you can customize your bike, but the racing and everything is just so floaty and horrible and buggy. It's a mess. And that's a real disappointment because they were going to do a series of it and that's not happening now.
Number 2 is one of the biggest fuck-ups that happened, I think last year, 2014.
The year of fuck-ups.
Yeah, the year of fuck-ups. Assassin's Creed Unity. Now, the game itself, I've played the whole thing. The story's good. Okay, it's a classic Assassin's Creed game. It's got enough like content and thought-out story. But the whole game was a piece of shit on every platform it was available on. Faces missing, people like becoming mangled messes walking down the street. It was just a mess. From like on launch day, you couldn't play the game properly. It was just a complete and utter bag of tripe. Lee took probably the best decision as to not play the thing because he doesn't like Assassin's Creed. If you like Assassin's Creed, you probably enjoyed your experience with it after they patched most of the big problems. But that kind of thing just shouldn't have happened, and it took away from the first couple of hours, maybe more, of that game. You just shouldn't have to play a game that's broken, and that's why it should be better.
But one good thing to come out of it is hopefully, seeing as Ubisoft's stock dropped as a direct result of the quality of the game,
by about 9 or 10%.
Hopefully we won't be seeing any more of that this year. Number 3, Civilization Beyond Earth. Unlike most of the other games on this list, it's not a bad game. It just didn't do anything new compared to Civilization 5. In fact, it did less because Civilization 5 has 2 or 3 really good expansion packs which opens it up, and Beyond Earth doesn't have that yet. So if you're looking for a Civ title, get 5 with the expansions. You can probably get it as a gold edition on Steam. Stay away from Beyond Earth until they've released expansions for that one as well.
I don't really like those kind of games though anyway. That's how it could be better, by not being one at all.
Or having tits.
Number 4 is a game that I was actually looking forward to and then completely wasn't. Evolve. Now calm down Lee, I'm not going to hit you. Evolve was a game that was a imbalanced asymmetrical shooter with 4 hunters chasing a monster. Monster gets stronger, hunters have to run away and try and beat the monster when it gets strong. It was a great idea, executed like a bag of shit. Unfortunately, if you didn't get onto the monster straight away, I always found the game was lost. If you were the monster, I just always lost. Maybe it's just because of me being shit, I don't know. But the game for me, it was so one-dimensional that if you weren't playing with friends who could communicate, there was no way to play the game. The idea of having something so original and asymmetrical and different to everything else that was out there was so tantalising and could num the whole thing up. Unfortunately, it was crap. The guns were too big, the view was terrible, you couldn't run and jump enough. Lee, I hated it. It could have been so much better.
And you had to buy the additional monsters as well.
Yes, there's that as well. DLC bullshit. 0 out of 10. Next.
And our last pick is one that we've agreed on cooperatively, and that is number 5, Destiny.
Destiny. The 10-year game that just keeps on giving.
You mean taken.
For me, Destiny is a really fun game to play with friends. If you get stuck in, you do find yourself coming back, grinding, and spending hours and hours and hours playing the game. Lee doesn't.
No sirree, Bob.
The problem is that the first year, as Destiny has been split up into 10 years pretty much, so they call it year 1, year 2, right, etc, etc. So the year 1, we had a couple of expansions, some were good, some weren't. They did learn from their mistakes and they picked up on a few things the players wanted, so kudos to them for that. But unfortunately, you paid $60, £40 for a beta version, really. It was There wasn't enough content. The story was stripped out. You had to go to another website to actually learn about more of the story. Some cutscenes didn't really make sense because bits had been taken out. It could have been so much better. Everyone was so hyped for this massively, hugely invested £500 million game, and unfortunately it's done really well. I mean, the community is still strong. There's something like 9 million people still playing it, so there's plenty of people there, but the game, it just felt empty. You made your own story out of it, and that was a big problem. I didn't mind that, but you did.
No, I think the game has the problem of trying to do too much. I mean, I played the beta and I was like, okay, I'm interested to see what the full game does. And it's exactly the same as the beta. What you saw in the beta, you're going to get in the full game, you're just going to get different environments to do it in. Also, I feel if you want to play an MMO, there are better MMOs. If you want to play a first-person shooter, there's better first-person shooters. It's just not meshing well enough to justify playing this hodgepodge of mediocre mechanics.
And unfortunately, the price tag that goes with the game is obviously going up through the editions that are coming out. So originally, it was the classic bog standard £40 or $60 for the game. Prison of Elders revamped it, but it was like the third edition where you'd already spent like $120 or £100 or whatever to get to that point. Unless you'd pre-ordered, which you'd have to suffer like 5 months of not really having enough content. I really wanted it to be so much more. The music's great. I really enjoy the gameplay. I enjoy playing with friends, but I want more. I needed more, and you didn't deliver it.
And Dinklebot's going.
Apparently so.
And that was our picks for the 5 games that should have been better.
Please take a moment to comment, rate, like, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. Thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you next time.
Take it easy, guys.
Yeah. The franchise has been running for about 10 years or so. Probably too many years for Lee. But it's a franchise that's well loved by everybody. And it keeps selling every year. They come up with a new one. Even when it's fucking broken, people will buy the games. Oh, I'm focusing on the first
Fatal
one.
Blaze erupts outside home. Arson suspected. Isn't that where we just were?
It can be viewed at any time from the main menu. So, like, when you say any time, you mean, like, not when we're playing.